Certainty of death. Small chance of success. What are we waiting for? Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. We're in the middle of Death Week, where the week where everyone totally outdoes me in every major category. We're facing my good friend Themy today, and we're ranked number 88. Can we get farther? Here's the situation. Facing my friend Themy, he's calling himself Ukrainian Special Forces, which I approve of. And he's, look at how close we are in lifetime banners, guys. Except he's got way more GP than me. He is a tremendously strong player. And you can see he's got all the red on every category by an enormous margin. Look at those mods, guys, compared to mine. Look at the relics compared to mine. It is just pretty lopsided. You guys can look at it longer. We've been through this though. Everyone's outnumbering me these days on all the major things. We just got to keep winning, or trying at the very least, and no excuses. So here's what defenses I set, and I should probably try to make some excuses for this defense. I didn't have much time to scout him, and so I had this plan of maybe trapping him into using the wrong teams in the front zone. So this time I put Kenobi in the front and like Lord Vader in the back, and then I just kept all the rest of my GLs. I was like, no rational person, whoever watches me or scouts me would ever think I'd keep 4 GLs for offense. I also put my Starkiller team in front with the hopes that he was going to use bounty hunters in order to, you know, maybe when he gets back to the back in Lord Vader, if he didn't bring the right teams on offense, then maybe he'd run into a few snags on Lord Vader and have to double tap or something. I just wanted him to fail at least once. That was my goal, at least, guys. Here's what his defenses are. So he's got Supreme Leader Kylo and Lord Vader, and then the idea is he's probably gonna have some team in the back, some Galactic Legend in the back. Nothing too crazy. And you can see his name is Themy. He kind of went Themy on me. You can see he's got the dark side squad on the bottom, and then all the light side squads up top, which is fun. And keep in mind, guys, these squads look kind of innocent, but oh man, they're Queel is 364 speed. I thought mine was cool at 350, but it might, like, just totally dwarfed by his. His Dash Rendar is, what, 360 something as well? I forget now. It's really fast as well. Everyone is ludicrous speed, guys. Just totally ludicrous. So he did attack first, and the only attack he failed was on my Chimera team. I put the new TIE Interceptor in, and he failed on it. Not sure. He said that if he had waited a little longer, he would have been able to one-shot it. I don't know what that means exactly. Maybe he could have tested it or something. But he was on vacation, and he just wanted to get his attacks over with, apparently. So he failed there. He still ended up with a 1702 on me, which kind of rankled. But we gotta get through it, guys. It's gonna be an efficiency match today. So without much more ado, folks, please just help me mount the algorithm. We're gonna do it together, and it's gonna be fun. So hit the like button, subscribe, comment, all things that the algorithm loves, and ding that bell if you're not as afraid as I am. So with that being said, folks, why don't we get on into it? Might want to mount up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. I'll tell you that right now. There's actually some really cool counters I've got, though, actually. In fact. So, this is maybe one of my favorite in the video, and I don't want to spoil anything, but we've got this Beskar team against Iden, and this is actually the thumbnail teaser that I gave you guys. Some may call it clickbait, but the clickbait that I give actually delivers. It's not just like, oh yeah, that was false, actually. This is cool. So the one thing, you know, we got Beskar Mando. I wanted to keep him on offense for this time. I wanted to try against a really good Iden team. And remember, this is a really, really fast, well-modded team, as usual. And he's got Shore Trooper in here instead of Storm, probably to stop me from using my Darth Revan team effectively, but I'm keeping Cara Dune as well. We have Mon Mothma on offense, so Cara Dune can be replaced by Biston on offense, so I'll show you guys how this works. It's a pretty cool counter. Remember, Relic 8 on Iden, Relic 7 on all the other ones, except for where they're 8. A really fast Dark Trooper, or Death Trooper as well. Okay, so they shoot my IG, of course, and then it triggers my Whistling Birds, so, you know, give him damage immunity. We don't want to, or it's not Whistling Birds, it triggers my bonus turn. And so, check out Cara Dune, though. She does an AoE, and the AoE stuns Empire. And then I only did a basic with Bo-Katan because we need to get into poop stance first. And then I just looked at the trooper who had the most turn meter and used my stun from Queel on there. And then we can do the taunt with IG, even though they're going to shoot me back. IG is pretty tanky. And then we get Bo-Katan does her AoE and puts daze on them. You got to be patient with the daze. And then 20 Whistling Birds takes out Iden. And now, I mean, the rest of it's not bad. Not bad, guys. This is pretty smooth. Now we're just trying to bide our time a little bit, trying to wait until if we can get one more turn with Bando. That'll help a lot because of you want to be able to heal the rest of the protection on Cara Dune there, and I did in fact do that. Now we're free to explore whatever other possibilities may exist for Shore Trooper. Go into poop stance again, just for fun here, and don't ever get to use it. So I'll get 75, and remember, we're trying for efficiency here. So 75. The one thing I did want to try here, though, folks, because we've got to take some chances, right? And I was like, all right, we've done this once, and the math says I'm fast enough to pull this off. At least we can kill Royal Guard at the very least. So we've got our contract already because the Lord Vader goes, he puts all those debuffs on us, and then Grief eventually goes, and he's able to cleanse everything, which under Fennec lead means everyone gets all their cool buffs, gets their contract, and then eventually, so here's an important thing, guys, with Bosk, you need to call the mass assist here, so then Mando is able to do his big shot right now. Take out Royal Guard, because he's the one who's going to be toughest to get through, for this team at least. And now, I guess we can taunt with Bosk. We can go and punch someone, punch Thrawn or punch Vader. I decided to punch Vader here. He does his AoE, and okay, so Thrawn Maul goes, kills Bosk as is probably pretty predictable. And then I don't know, I was like, okay, who do we take out next? I guess we can kill Darth Vader here right quick, and then alright, punch Maul real quick, and then here's where things kind of go south just a little bit, at least, guys. So they fractured Fennec, and that ain't sweet. So if we could have a Relic 9 Bosk to survive the Maul frenzy, then I think we'd be okay. But right now, I mean, we're just screwed. So it's like, can we kill Thrawn in time? With just Grief? Oh, probably not. But alright, we killed all the ads, and fair enough. I mean, I thought maybe that would happen, but if we could have gotten through that team with one shot, I mean, if it was we'd have 4 GLs, we could get through it pretty easy. So, all right, we're gonna use Mon Mothma here. I've cleaned up Lord Vader with just Lord Vader with Mothma before, but I've never tried with an ad, so it gets a little bit more bumpy, especially because Themy's Lord Vader is predictably very fast and very strong, and you know, actually he's not as fast as I had expected, but I mean, still pretty fast. So, yeah, we're just gonna go. Remember, so one thing that I think is really interesting about Kyle Katarn that comes in a lot of handy in this specific cleanup is he can cleanse as well. He has an ability to cleanse everyone, and normally it's like, well, Mothma can just cleanse everyone. That's fine. Like, we don't need someone else to do it, but it's pretty useful here. Remember, everyone here is Relic 5 or lower for me, so tricky to deal with him. And he gets his ult, which obviously isn't ideal, but you know, Mothma's cleansing everyone, doing all the cool stuff, and it's a little dicey though. Biston is actually better here than Cara Dune is, just because Cara Dune doesn't do much to Lord Vader. And I was like, man, I don't know if we're gonna actually get through him. Like, this is just, it's not quite panning out the way I wanted it to, because, you know, he's restricting all of our turn meter gain. Every time he takes a turn, then we can't gain bonus turn meter. We could do with the assist, but we can't gain bonus turn meter as long as we have debuffs. Eventually we got through him, though. So, alright, I'm fairly efficient cleanup. So we've still got some wiggle room, guys. And I've got a few teams here that we can probably start beating. You know, we can. So we're taking Watt with Supreme Leader Kylo, because here's the thing, guys. We could have maybe taken Supreme Leader Kylo against that Lord Vader team, but I was dumb enough that I kept my crew, Kylo Ren unmasked, which you kind of need for the like really top end counter if you want to use Kylo, to be able to counter Lord Vader. I just didn't have him available, so I was like, all right, well, we'll just have to go the alternate method. So 65 banners with Kylo again, you know, with Watt, because we're not going to use Watt anywhere else. And now I don't know why I had the little loading screen there. We're using Jedi Master Luke here against his Kylo team. So of course you increase the cooldowns on General Hux here, and then I don't know. I put Basti on this team. I think probably a mistake, honestly, guys. Don't really, but I'm trying to save the right team, so in case we need it, we can use Rey to be able to counter Jedi Master Luke in the back, or Jedi Master Kenobi in the back, which I mean, it's sketchy, but we need specific Jedi, and Basti is not really one of them. I think there are more inspired choices though, so I'm trying to figure out though. Like, Red Trooper will just kill us if we're not careful. Like, if we just kill all the wrong people at the wrong times. So, you know, and these guys are all fast and everything. I did put up Foresight. I mean, that's about the end of my good gameplay, though, here, guys. It kind of gets a little bit frenetic here. Let's take out Hux, though. He's about to hand Kylo a turn if we can kill him. But then Red Trooper, of course, just puts Kylo into ultimate range anyways, and then we kill another guy, and it's just a fiasco. It's like, okay, let's heal someone at least. Okay, here's his ultimate. Not great. We probably should have done something about that Red Trooper at some point, but you know, we haven't, and so what are we gonna do? We need to make sure that Master Luke is at least taunting here, so that when Kylo does his stuff, we can, I don't know, do better. Okay, there's the AoE. I think that kills Hoda, maybe. It killed Shock T. So it's looking pretty grim. Let's increase cooldowns here, at least. Force that basic. Basti's like, oh man, thank goodness you put me to Relic 5 just recently, or I'd be dead right now. I was like, yeah, that was probably a good call by me, absolutely. I generally make good calls like that, so, you know. But, I mean, this whole match, guys, you have to notice, like, at least some of the things, anyways. Just the amount of good modding that's going on here. It makes a big difference. Okay, so killed his stuff, and in the back, something I wasn't really that prepared for. We've got Rey with Cat in it. The rest of it doesn't really matter. We can get through this, but Rey with Cat is something I have Rey available. We also have Sith Eternal we could maybe use on this team. It probably works, but I wanted to use Sith Eternal with armor here on this General Skywalker team, just so that we could get some good banners. And so, you know, we need max banners everywhere, so we're taking a few risks. Like, armor might have died there with Relic 9 on General Skywalker and Relic 9 on 5s. You know, they're all super well modded. Armor obviously isn't going to live, but we can keep moving. We can keep moving here. So hopefully we can keep moving at least. You know, General Skywalker sits down, and now the key to this one, guys, you don't want to pop the ult. You just want you want to get max banners, right? So you heal your protection and you keep that up. So you know, the link is nice just so it builds your ult just in case you get desperate or something. But It also keeps them from critting you, so that they can't do as much damage. But yeah, you can just hang out. Okay, once you finally kill 5s, then you can start taking people out. And one thing to keep in mind here, though, folks, as well, is trying to like, if you do the link, it puts retribution on you, and you got to be careful, because then they can shoot you, and if you haven't killed 5s yet, then sometimes you'll kill a different clone, and you don't want that, because you don't want to have to deal with super clones. So yeah, we're just hanging out. Save the heal for once Skywalker stands up, and he's got deceived. He can't hit us back. We get a 65, and call it good. So now is, oh yeah, so we've got the troopers, and I just barely with Gideon outspeed them here, which is fancy. You know, their dash is ridiculously fast, of course, ludicrous speed as per usual. Kill Vander once you do the dispel with Piet, and I mean now we're just off to the races. Everyone's got days, and honestly, veteran Huggler Han, veteran Smuggler Han is the dangerous one here if he takes a turn, just because he can. I mean, if you don't daze him right away, he can hit you back. He can steal banners. It can get ugly. He stacks defense. He's actually a much better character than a lot of people give him credit for. So we got 65, and so we're being pretty efficient so far. Lots of 65s here, but I do need to try this Raycat team. So we're taking Jedi here, and I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, this is not like the best gameplay ever. We gotta kill Cat at some point. We gotta figure this out, and I think one thing that I do regret, I don't know that I love that I took Grandmaster Yoda here, but I think I wanted a tank. I think I wanted like Holdo or something like that. But all right, so we can stun everyone, or at least stun some of the people. Of course, Jedi Training Ray just kind of shrugs it off. But we really need to kill their cat, and I'm taking too long. Even now, I mean, I'm trying to target quickly, but keep in mind this battle's also being sped up, so you know there's a lot more time trying for me to figure this out. And one thing I will point out too, guys, I didn't mention this before. I didn't actually stream this. This is one of the first times that I've done that for, I don't know how long it's been. You know, since last time I went on vacation, I guess, which is months. So, okay, pop the ult before she gets to hit me with her extra offense from Cat and everything. Okay, great. So we have to hit Holdo, and then we got to mark Cat here pretty soon, and it's already been 2 minutes here. Okay, great. We wiped out all of at least Cat's protection, and look at that, Grandmaster Yoda actually survived. I was like, okay, we got a whirlwind here. We can kill Cat, and now I guess let's just mark Finn and try to take him out. We'll do the same thing. We'll just go down the line, kind of, and I'm not sure if that's the right move or not, to be honest, guys. Like, should we just do that? I need to research more. It's been a very, very busy month. You guys have heard me complain about how busy I am, how tired I am, etc. And I don't mean to complain. I don't think that's not the way. But I do. Man, okay. So I wrapped around with my ult, because maybe I should have actually done the ult, though, to be honest, looking back at it. Anyways, I've been really tired, and so I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna stream tonight. Like, we'll do my ult attacks, we'll stream that, and then we'll just move on. We'll continue to move forward, and I'll just do my attacks on my phone. And so this is on my phone, which is considerably faster than BlueStacks would have been. So my emulator, like, I can't even blame my emulator here, guys. I'm pretty grossly inexperienced. These guys are really well modded, of course, as I keep saying. But, we've got a minute left here, guys. Just 1 minute, and clearly not doing too well here. And there's a couple missed opportunities here now. I'm starting to feel pretty desperate. So, okay, I guess we'll mark Ray, apparently. Okay, got rid of Jedi Training Ray, so wonderful. And we're doing okay. I mean, everyone's alive. And I could have targeted Finn there to take him out with my whirlwind, but as I was like, man, maybe I can kill their Rey. Maybe I can kill their Rey with the whirlwind, which is irrational, I realize, but I thought maybe, I don't know. So I timed out, and with that, we lose. We don't have a way, like, we can't recover from that. So, all right, and so we're trying some new things. I've been wanting to try Bad Batch as a cleanup to Rey for a while, just to see how far we can get on it. So this is a good opportunity to test it. And there's actually, guys, don't just leave because I lost. Like we did lose here at this point, but there's a lot of valuable things that come out of this, actually, guys. There's a really cool, for instance, a really cool BAM counter that I figured out, that I discovered, and yeah, so look at how well I'm tanking all these hits, guys. I'm trying to be careful not to let her have a whirlwind when I can. Of course, she'll have a whirlwind eventually, but I'm wondering if my Wrecker can actually tank a whirlwind, which he barely did. Relic 6 on Wrecker tanked Relic 9 whirlwind. Pretty cool stuff. And, I mean, the goal here, of course, I wanted to see if I could finish off Rey, but I also wanted to... even if I can't do that, which, I mean, it's problematic to do that, because the source of our true damage is Wrecker, and Wrecker's the one who's going to be taunting, and so, I mean, it was already a little bit doomed, but we've got damage immunity, we've got, you know, our healing immunity, we've got some good things going for us, and for a little bit, like, we can get her into yellow health, at the very least, you know, kill her ads, poor old Hunter is gone now, and eventually I decided, okay, her health is pretty low, let's just time out here. So, yeah, there, we timed out, and alright, let's see if we can finish her off. So then I wanted to try Night Sisters, just to see how hard my Spirit can hit her, just because Spirit can do a lot of damage. And then, of course, right when Spirit would have been able to do her biggest, most awesome damage, then poor old Rey had her damage immunity, and now she's full health again, which, I mean, she's like 500k health or something crazy after you take everything else into consideration, and I don't know, there's just not much recourse. Night Sisters were an uninspired attempt here. I just wanted to see what would happen, because like I don't care about, like, I want a full clear, of course, we're gonna try for that, but if we're losing, we should just be seeking information, and you can't really you can't do a good cleanup, you know, through testing. So then I was like, okay, let's use Aura Seeing Lead, like all of our leftover bounty hunters, because I thought that we'd get our contract easier with Aura, at least. And I was like, you know what, Boba can do the healing immunity thing. If we can get target lock with IG, then she won't be able to heal, and then she whirlwinded Boba, and that was the end of that. So then I brought in my Commander Luke leftovers, and I wasn't sure what to expect here, but we're doing pretty well. And in fact, I mean, we ended up taking her out, so okay. Alright, so Commander Luke leftovers, good to know. I don't know if you kill a full strength one. And then I wanted to try something else too here, guys. I wanted to try T3 with the Grievous squad to see. I was like, man, I hope that they hit Magna Guard first, so then we can get a turn or two of Grievous doing his AoE and doing an enormous amount of damage. But of course they hit my T3 first and just killed him outright. And after that, I mean, here's the thing, guys. You need, against a top relic, like really well reliced Mon Mothma team, like, you need to be able to like have all 5 of your characters for a while. And BB-8 doesn't really help with that much. So, you know, I honestly, if I had had Nute available, Nute would have been the best option here. But I didn't. You can see they keep cleansing off my target locks, which isn't my favorite, certainly, but I mean, we've got some play here, just trying to get target locks on people. Unfortunately, Grievous is just not taking that many turns, and, you know, we do have buff immunity on everyone, so that's pretty cool. And then, I mean, they're wearing us down, though, and if they had been targeting B1 earlier, it would have been over earlier. Got the AoE, like, we got all those target locks on people where we've got a kill on on what's his name, on Pow. And then, of course, Pow comes back to life. And, okay, we've got 4 stacks on B1. Like, we've got them right where we want them. And then B1 is dead. And so I decided to time out here on the last second. We're going to go and kill Hoth Rebel Scouts. So then we at least get a kill, right? That way they can't revive him. There's no way they can actually take a turn and revive him. But we want to do that at the very end. So apparently I didn't... Did I just not... that's irritating. Apparently I just didn't add that to it or something. So, alright, we're using Padme with Jawas. And they're not targeting Scavenger early on. That's great. Of course, Nebbit and Scavenger both have relics now, and we can just bomb them. It was that moment that Mothra started to question her life choices. So, alright, here's the... I don't know, this is maybe too expensive too, but I wanted to try it as well. You know, with that Starkiller team on defense, I still had EP Mara, and so what I decided was I just wanted to see how many banners, like how well can we do against a Bando team that's, you know, ridiculously well modded and stuff. My Mara Jade was actually 2 speed faster than that Queel, so that was fancy of me. And now we're just trying to abuse the shock from Palp, and I think the thing that kind of undermines all of this, of course, is the fact that we're using Trio as well, the Treya Trio, but I mean, I wouldn't want to use the Treya Trio against this squad anyways. We're just, you know, with Mara's combination of being able to apply tenacity down to everyone, and then you can put stagger on everyone with the next hit. And then if Palpatine can go at some point, or whoever goes, they just hit the people with stagger, then you're just kind of good to go. Like, you know, you can just take a lot of turns indefinitely. So eventually, of course, you can get the Annihilate here with Nihilus, and yeah, I think this is probably too expensive, frankly. Just like everyone says that using that Beskar team with Mon Mothma is too expensive. The thing without Mon Mothma, with what's theirs with Cara Dune, I don't think it's too expensive, frankly. But this one may be, just because you're using EP Mara and the Sith trio. But I mean, look how efficient we are. I don't know why we just... Oh, I think I sped things up, and we had to transition there randomly. But this isn't bad. I mean, if you have the teams available, and I did specifically try to go a little bit more efficiency route for us, you know. This isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. So, you know, against a really high speed, really well modded team, I mean, there are worse. There are worse available. Now I just wanted to get the banners from Scion. We got them now, and let's just move forward. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just another tool in our toolbox, guys. We can work on this team. 63 banners. It's not bad. It's not bad. So, all right, we cleaned up that Rey, and he has the standard GT2 fleets on defense for ships, so we can beat those. And you know, let's take Qui-Gon here, I guess, against this ravening horde of resistance fighters, and just move right along. Qui-Gon's like, I'm not accustomed to being alive this long, but Poe can just solve that for us, I suppose. And Barriss is like, wow, I can do some good damage too. Mace is like, look at me, Shatterpoint. I can do Shatterpoint things. A little bit fun. Alright, 61, that's fine. And then we have Jedi Training Rey here. With BB-8, we don't have a second droid, because that poor R2-D2 up front in the, you know, in my front zone was with Jedi Master Kenobi in his valiant last stand. But he's got a, you know, everyone here is Relic 7 and higher. I mean, that everyone in every squad basically that I faced here was that. So, you know, that includes the 2 new Inquisitors though, and I mean, whatever. I guess I could try for good banners. I usually don't have Jedi Training Rey for offense, honestly, guys. But because I chose to use Jedi for that for that Rey mirror match, you know, I thought that it would be nice to use this team because you can get high banners actually sometimes. Let's try to stun Jango, shall we? There we go. Take that, Jango. Probably should have done the throwing ability, the grenade of healing at Jango, just to keep the fight alive a little bit longer. But now Jango's available for death, and the whole team, I mean, it's not going to live for much longer. But I am trying. I did a basic there. I'm trying to get the grenade of healing one more time for Finn, and alas, it didn't work. So 63 there. Now we got ships, and we can move on from all of this fiasco business, guys. So, what do we do here? I guess we can just flip-flop the teams that we want to use. Negotiator, for me, is on offense almost never. It's very, very rare. So, I might be a little rusty in this counter. You want to take out Sunfac as quick as you can. Try to get the twofer. Obviously, you can't kill Hyena that easily, but you know, this is my favorite starting comp against Malevolence. The other one would be maybe not having 5s here, but starting with Rex. That also can work. But, yeah, you know. Okay, Spy came in and didn't mark Anakin, which is nice. Feels good, man. And we're just leaving Spy alone. You'll see why in just a minute here. We're waiting for an AoE from Anakin to be able to keep Spy from going into stealth. So let's take in Rex, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't remember what the best move was. Like, Ahsoka doesn't do that much. Okay, we have buff immunity on Spy, so let's make it so the Spy can't go into stealth here. First we gotta kill the Hyena, because it keeps taunting, but then they cleanse Spy, so that's scary and awful. And okay, so now I'm checking here, guys. You can check when you click on them. You guys can't see it because this is on the phone, and I can't show you guys on this aspect ratio, but you can check to see if they're a summoned Buzz Droid or a Vulture Droid or not. Okay, so I decided, let's just try for good banners here. We're going to try, like, Rebels can actually get max banners against Negotiator, at least the standard comps, and so decided I wanted to try that out. Could have tried Finalizer as well, but look at you, Biggs. If you weren't Relic 4, you'd be dead. Another instance of getting high relics on characters that matter. Relic 4, guys. Can't keep up. I just can't keep up. This roster is so good. But okay, let's do the AoE. Take out Anakin. And I never see people using the AoE from the Falcon, but man, it's so helpful sometimes. Just keep picking him off. Poor old Biggs, just acting like Vader's on his tail there. And, you know, we'll do the same to their Y-Wing, though. And, you know, at the end of the day, everyone's like, man, I'm glad I have the relics I do. Everyone's like on the very brink of total disaster here. Poor old Biston, Cassian's right there. Biggs was there. And then he eventually just was no longer there. It's funny how that works. But, yeah, let's just finish off fleets, call it a day, shall we, guys? Alright, these are better. 69 is just fine, to be honest. Alright, so here are the final results, guys. Not the prettiest of final scores, but I mean, we did some testing, and honestly, after that second fail, that's fine. This is fine, guys. I ended up being fairly efficient elsewhere, but you know, that fail against Rey just really cost us quite a bit. So let's just call this a Themy is really good player. He's a good player. He's that really awful, for me, combination of really good player with way better mods and way better account. And, you know, getting to face him, it was a lot of fun. He's got a really cool roster, really cool everything. But, you know, I'm just glad I was able to kind of hold my own. Obviously, that score doesn't really reflect me holding my own super well, but I don't know. I thought that we did okay, actually. Next time we'll be better. I'll be able to plan more. He'll be able to plan more, too. I don't think he had much time either. So, sometimes inexperience will bite you. Like, you just can't... Trying to waltz into a fight with Rey, like that mirror match against Rey, was... You know, I didn't know what to do. I think I misplayed on a lot of different levels. And... You know, like, who do you target after you kill Cat? That was the thing that I was struggling with, like, because it's harder to focus down Rey with that Jedi squad after everything. So I don't know. I need more relics on certain things too. Certain characters just aren't doing as much damage as they should. My inexperience with using Jedi Master Luke against his Supreme Leader Kylo was also very apparent. So lots of different things that I could do better, and I will do better next time, I hope. And finally, guys, no excuses. You know, he's got a better account. He's got better mods. All blah 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 blah. We can make excuses all day, but at the end of the day, he did what he needed to do to win. I didn't set myself up to succeed, and so I lost. So huge props to Themy for getting the win, and hopefully we can have a rematch at some point, and he can destroy me again. But hopefully we'll get a little closer in banners at least. So, guys, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. Let's go. My next opponent is like the 10th biggest account in the game. Dear Lord. He's, it's going to be a really epic one, I think. He's over 11 million GP at this point. Dear Lord. Alright, guys. Take care.